Today is, ano ngayon, September 13? Okay. Nakakalimutan yung date eh, no? So, kung kayo ay nag-aabang ng akinse sa sweldo na sa ating mga ka-TGFI dyan na naka-base dito in the Philippines, so happy sweldo day sa inyo. And of course, I'd like to say hello to our ka-TGFIs overseas. Hello po. May nanonood daw from LA. Sino pa ba? Sige. Babati tayo. Sige, pag gano'n na kayo, taga saan kayo? Let me know para mabati namin kayo. So, our topic for today is an interesting topic kasi nga, we're talking about stories of people wherein they started from scratch. No?
Mm-hmm.
So, for the last time we had about a guy who started his own brewery business, so that guy also started from scratch, as in wala rin. Now, same with, almost the same as the story of our last week's guest, no? Etong guest natin for today, dumating siya sa point na na-layoff siya. Kanina nasabi na yun, no? Na-layoff siya from work, no? So, she came from the corporate world. So, in a way, nagkaroon din siya ng, kumbaga, nandun din siya for some time, nandun din siya sa rat race. And then, today, she's sharing her story. At the same time, she's a successful Amazon seller, coach of different Amazon sellers, not just here based in the Philippines, but all across the world, no? So, our guest for today is no other than Miss Lish Aquino, idol ko to. She's the founder and the CEO of Amazon Nation. Hello, Lish.
Hey, thank you.
Yan.
So super thank you. Hello TGFI. Good afternoon.
First time to have you in TGFI Live.
Yes.
Kasi yung story ni Lish na share to ni CJ. So I know you guys know CJ as well.
Yes.
She's the founder of Off, no? So nung na-share ni CJ yung story ni Lish, sabi ko hindi pwedeng wala yan sa Offcon. So, we had Lish doon sa Offcon Manila last year. And she will also be sharing her stories and some of her best practices as a Amazon coach sa upcoming Offcon Cebu naman. Organized by, of course, Online Filipino Freelancers. But, of course, we'll go towards muna the story of Lish. No?
Yes.
So, Lish, how did you start? Di ba, you told me, yun nga, from the corporate world na layoff ka. Can you share more about that story of yours?
Yes, actually, una-una, I want to thank you, for giving me this opportunity to share sa ating mga
TGFI. Kababayan natin. Yes.
Sa mga kababayan. So, thank you. Actually, I started as a corporate employee. Napakahilig ko kasi talaga sa investment. So, I was a bank employee before.
Okay.
Ang department ko dati is Treasury Department.
Okay.
So, talagang gustong-gusto ko on how money works.
Okay.
Syempre, pag sinabi mo na nasa Treasury Department ka, about the stocks, ganyan.
So, may alam pa na yung the investments ever since?
Hilig ko talaga.
Okay.
Yeah,
wow.
Hilig ko talaga.
Okay.
So, and at the same time, ngayon ko nga lang din na-connect the dots. Alam mo, very happy ako talaga when I say yes to interviews like this. Nung nag-reflect ako on the way here, sabi ko, nakakatuwa kasi yung sinasabi nila na balang araw, you will connect the dots on what's happening to your life. And later on, you will find the purpose and your mission through connecting the dots.
Okay.
Kaya parang minsan meron tayong mga walang sense yung nangyayari sa buhay natin ngayon but when we connect the dots. So, nag-graduate ako ng commerce.
Okay.
And ngayon, sabi ko, maghahanap talaga ako ng business.
Okay.
Hindi ko nakita yun sa pagiging corporate. No? Pero ang goal ko talaga noon is to learn.
Okay.
Kaya okay lang na mababa yung sweldo ko that time. Alam ko kung magkano yung sweldo ko.
Sige nga.
Tumataginting na 8,000 pesos.
Wow. Okay. So, minimum wage?
Yes,
okay.
Minimum wage. Ang minimum wage ngayon parang nasa
16 yata.
Yeah, 16.
15.
So, that time, it was 8,000 pesos.
Okay.
So, sabi ko, sige nga, so nag-transfer ako sa...
Parang ngayon, barya na lang sa'yo yan. Yan na yung coins mo.
Oo nga. Pero sabi ko, I was very still passionate on learning more new things. I joined I joined Sun Life, yan. So, Sun Life of Canada. And dami kong natutunan doon sa Sun Life. And super proud ako to be part of the
Sun Life
company.
ka.
Yes!
Okay.
Ang galing nila talagang mag-alaga ng tao. And that time, I learned more about insurance and how it will protect you. And more on talagang ang daming mong anything about how money works and how it will protect you. But, kinasal ako ng 2009.
Okay.
And we had a honeymoon baby.
Okay.
So marami sa ating viewers ngayon ang makaka-relate kung ano nga ba ang choices ng isang nanay
Yeah.
pag nanganak ka, paano mo iiwan yung baby mo?
And there's a bigger pressure than how can you sustain the money at the same time? Kasi
Yes.
family person ka na, di ba?
Correct. And most of all, how can I survive with 8,000 pesos?
Yun, ang pinaka.
And kung magkaroon man ako dati, na-promote din naman ako,
Okay.
but hanggang 16,000 na lang.
Okay.
So sabi ko, paano ba namin ni husband pagkakasya nito and we're starting a family? Tapos, nagkaroon pa kami ng honeymoon baby. So, sabi ko, paano kaya ito? So, nalaman ko noon ang virtual assistance.
Okay, so
Yan,
VA. Okay.
So, nung nag-VA ako, nakakatuwa naman kasi ang goal ko lang talaga is to be with my kid while
Okay.
earning few dollars at home. Pero little did I know na ito palang pag-VA, mas marami kang kikitain.
So, pinagsabay mo yung being a VA and unemployed? Tama?
Okay. So, privilege ako. Masasabi ko privilege ko to. Kasi that time, niredundate ako ni Sun Life.
Okay.
Or sabihin natin na yung project because it
Okay.
was not working well anymore. So, they had to redundate the project.
Mhm.
And nagkaroon ako ng redundation pay. So,
Okay.
pinili ko na lang na umalis sa corporate world
Okay.
and to stay at home and be a freelancer.
Mhm.
So that time, marami ako na-discover. So, sobrang daming opportunities pala, no?
Mhm.
Pag halimbawa pala na talagang you give up your corporate world, napakadaming outside the corporate na kailangan, na marami kang matututunan.
Kumbaga, you went out of your comfort zone.
Yes.
So, nakakulong ka muna dun sa box and then when you decided to check your options, that's where you were surprised that ang dami pala opportunities for you.
Correct. Yan.
Okay.
So, that time, meron ako naging kliyente. So, itong client na to, he's earning $250,000 in a month.
Mhm.
And, alam mo ba kung anong business niya?
Okay.
Amazon.
Oh.
Yes.
So, doon ka na nagka-idea.
Doon ako nagkaroon ng idea. Kasi all the time, iniisip ko, ano kaya yung... I'm looking for three things.
Mhm.
Una, ano kaya yung business na pwede akong magkaroon ng passive income?
Okay.
Pangalawa, ano kaya yung business na pwedeng sa bahay ko lang gagawin?
Okay.
Yan. And pangatlo, gusto ko, yung business na to, kikita ako ng million.
So,
Yes.
okay.
Yan. So sabi ko, nung nakita ko yung sa kliyente ko, at alam mo ba kung ilan ang employee niya? Ako lang. Mag-isa lang ako. Tapos he was earning $250,000. Sabi ko, pasok sa tatlo kong criteria at feeling ko, eto na talaga yun. So ayan, pinag-aralan ko. Sabi ko, ano kaya ang course ang kinuha niya, ganyan. So I decided to buy the same course then that time. And it was very expensive, 250,000 pesos.
Okay.
So ang ginawa ko,
150,000 pesos.
ang course.
Ang course?
Yes,
Wow.
Amazon.
So, mayaman ka na nun dati pa?
Eto nga, ang maganda. Eto ang maganda. No?
For a course, for you to take that risk right away. Nawala ka ng work, but you had to learn how to make money in Amazon. So, kasama nung paglabas mo from your comfort zone, maglabas ka ng 250,000 pesos just to learn.
Just to learn.
Is it worth it?
Well,
Sige nga, can you tell me more about it?
alam mo, pinaka-risky pa doon, Sir Floyd, is inutang ko siya.
Okay.
Wala kasi talaga akong pagkukunan ng pera
Okay.
kasi lahat ng pera ko na is for the baby
Okay,
and for
understand.
my kids.
Understand.
So inutang ko siya sa parents ko. Sabi ko, pwede ba akong pautang mama and papa? at first they were very hesitant kasi nga, ano ba naman ang course, di ba? Na makukuha ng gano'n.
Unlike pag business, diba? 250,000 for business, medyo okay pa eh.
Yes.
Ito, course pa lang.
Course pa lang. Wala pa yung puhunan doon.
Yes, oo.
Oo. So sabi ko, sige, kukuha ko ng puhunan. Kukuha ko ng course na yan. So I took the risk. And then sabi ko sa client ko na, na-parent ko siya. Sabi ko, client, you can see my work and my work ethics. I hope it will be okay for you if I can partner up with you. I'll bring a new product and then we will work on this together. May I have just a small commission of $1?
Okay.
Kinabukasan mo ginawa niya sa akin. Finire niya ako.
Really?
Oo. So, nawalan na ako. Nangutang na ako sa nanay ko. Nawalan pa ako ng work.
Okay.
Yan. O di, ang saya-saya ko naman that time, diba? So sabi ko, sige, bahala na. Okay. Basta ako, binigay ko sinabihan ko yung client ko that I have an interest in doing that. So, after nun, sabi ko, I will not give up.
Okay.
I will find more clients where I can learn. And at the same time, they know my intention that I will also sell. So, ang nangyari, dinamihan ko na lang yung client ko part-time and then inipon ko yung pera tapos ininvest ko sa Amazon business. Ito pa yung maganda dahil wala akong pang invest that time. Nangutang ako ng 40,000 pesos.
Umutang ka na naman. Okay.
Yes. Kasi hindi na ako makautang sa magulang ko. So umutang ako sa sister ko. Sabi ko, sis, pautang naman ng 40,000. Sabi niya, ano na naman kalokohan yan? Sabi ko, sa Amazon to? Pwede ka bang magbenta sa Amazon? Pinoy ka.
Yeah, actually, yun din ako-curious ako. So, well, mamaya pupuntahan natin yan mismo. But, tama nga that's a best question. If you're a Filipino or you're in the Philippines, can you sell to Amazon?
Yes.
Mamaya alamin natin.
Mamaya.
Sige, tuloy mo lang yung kwento mo. Sorry.
So, sabi niya, at saka, paano ka naman makakabenta dyan? Di ba? Wala kang warehouse. Wala kang, saan ka kukuha ng shipment? Wala ka namang import and export.
Wala ka pang kilala sa saan ka kukuha ng products.
Correct.
Yeah.
So, kakausap ka ba ng factory? Kailangan mo bang makipag-deal with Amazon? Ganyan. Meron ka bang ipafile na ang dami pang business? So, ang dami na iniisip. Sabi ko, hindi sis. Meron akong course. Madali lang yan.
Okay.
So, nagtiwala siya. Pinatutang niya ako ng 40,000 pesos. Etong 40,000 pesos, ginamit ko ito pag-launch ng first product.
Okay.
At yung first product ko ay scarf.
Oh.
Yan. So sabi ko, yung scarf kasi, based dun sa criteria ng aking course, maganda siyang ibenta. That time, nire-research ko siya, 4th quarter of the year, so pa-winter na, ang dami ng benta ng scarf.
Okay.
Yan. So, nag-hire din ako noon ng photographer, studio, ganyan.
So, nag-invest ka in short on the images that you upload in your online store.
Correct.
Yeah.
Alam mo kung ano nangyari doon sa akin?
Ano nangyari?
Bumagsak.
Really? So, na 50,000 ka na 40,000.
Yes.
Nalugi ka pa dun sa unang product.
Yes, oo. Because I found out that it's seasonal.
Okay.
So, sige, tinanggap ko yan. But, hindi ako papayag na, hindi ako mag-succeed dahil ang dami ko ng utang, no? So,
lumalaki na listahan.
Yes, lumalaki yung listahan. So, nag-invest ako uli para sa panibagong product. Yun naman, Sir Floy, ay socks.
Okay.
Lahat naman tayo siguro gumagamit ng socks. Ano?
Okay.
So, pero itong socks na to, hindi lang basta siya socks. Meron siyang copper-infused socks.
Okay.
Yung socks na yon, it can, parang meron siyang mga benefits sa health.
Hindi ka magkakaroon ng alipunga parang
So sabi ko, sige.
Kailangan ni Kiko yun
Excited ako nun i-launch. May minimum order quantity na 3,000 pieces. So sabi ko, sige, let's take it.
3,000 pieces? For how much each?
Basta mabit ako ng 200,000.
Really? So another 200,000? Okay.
Pinag-ipunan ko ng 1 year. Tapos
okay.
Alam mo kung ano nangyari?
Ano nangyari?
Bumagsak.
Na naman, okay.
Yes, bumagsak siya.
So nakakalahati ang million ka na by that moment. Okay.
So the reason why naman yan is for our viewers also to learn on my mistakes na kaya ako bumagsak kasi hindi ko kinonsider yung mga branded products.
Okay.
Dapat pala, Sir Floy, pag tayo mag-i-invest sa isang business, you will also consider the competition. So sino yung mga competitor ko sa socks? Nike, Adidas. So talagang sabi ko na, okay, so now I'm learning.
Okay.
It's a very expensive learning curve and experience, pero okay lang.
Instead of taking it as a loss, so kumbaga, it's not a loss for you, yun yung naging consideration mo, but a venue for you to learn something from that moment, from that opportunity. Okay.
So it's not wasted. Ayan. At ngayon, ito na yung third product ko, Sir Floyd. Third product ko ngayon, yun na yung naging winner. At hindi ko siya pwedeng sabihin.
Okay. Kasi binibenta mo pa siya until now.
Yes. And that product ay siya yung naging dahilan kung bakit nabayaran ko lahat ng utang ko at nag-grow yung business ko.
Salamat sa product na
Yes, salamat sa product ko. Ayan.
But I think ang one lesson, kasi ako, tinuruan din ako ni CJ kung pasukin ng e-commerce business eh. So one lesson that I learned dyan sa e-commerce business is of course, you also have to understand the target market. Kailangan may target market ka agad, di ba? So I think that's one of the things that you consider. Dapat pasok ko din yung product mo ba dun sa gusto mong target market.
Correct.
Nung nakita mo pasok na, talagang minaximize mo na yung opportunity doon. Okay.
So, actually, ganun pala rin. Just like any other traditional business pala, pag pumasok ka rin sa e-commerce business, you have to consider all the yung problema ng niche mo.
Okay.
So, pinag-aralan ko yun hanggang sa yung isang product ko na yun, nag-create pa ako ng mas maraming variation, color, sizes, kasi yun pala talaga hinahanap nila. And from that one product, I now have 41 variations of that product.
Ito ba yung nakikita kong from other countries na pinupost mo na, as in, hindi po siya box pag nagpapadala sila ng product to Lish. As in trucks. As in truck, diba?
Container.
Container truck. So, ganun nakalaki yung business mo ngayon.
Ang pinakamaganda dito, the reason why it's passive pala is because I ship it from China.
Okay.
I ship it from China. Pinakausap ko lang yung... And do you believe na hindi pa ako nakakapunta ng China?
Until today.
Until today.
So, siguro yung China client mo na yan, excited na makita ka?
Hindi ko pa po namimita aking supplier.
Okay.
But I have a very good credit standing na sa kanila.
Okay.
So, sinasabihan ko lang sila na order yung product ko. Ito na yung kailangan kong product. Tapos, asikasuhin nila yon, ipapack nila, ganyan na maayos. Tapos, kakausapin nila yung forwarder ko. Si forwarder, kakausapin yung Amazon warehouse. Siya magpapadala. Si warehouse naman, sasabihin lang na nandun na yung product.
Okay. So, in short, yung product mo hindi pumupunta sa'yo. Hindi dumarating sa Philippines. Dumidiretso sa Amazon warehouse, wherever that warehouse is. Tama. Okay. Sige. Para lang may idea yung ating mga ka-TGFI, we're talking about Amazon. It's if you're not yet familiar, it's like Lazada, it's like Shopee. But most of this platform caters is more on in the US market and of course Western markets. Tama ba? And at the same time, this one is founded by Mr. Jeff Bezos, no? So for once he became the richest man in the Philippines, di ba? Sorry, in the world, Philippines.
In the world?
In the world. Ano ba yan? Wala akong sa sarili. Medyo masama yung pakiramdam ko para lang makita yun. Baka sabihin nyo, kasi ba't inom na inom si Floyd? Masama yung pakiramdam ko, kaya nagpapalusot lang ako. Okay, let's go to the special questions that we want our crowd as well, our ka-TGFIs to know. No? Mahirap ba mag-set up ng sariling Amazon store? Let's say you're in the Philippines or you're not based in the US, no? How hard it is to set up your own store in Amazon?
Surprisingly, ang pag-set up or pag-register sa isang Amazon account ay napakadali.
Okay.
It will only take you 2 to 5 minutes to set up. So para lang siyang gumagawa ng Shopify or Facebook. Ganyan. Para ka lang nag-register.
Okay.
But there are, here's one thing, napakahirap lang po ng approval.
Yun ang mahirap. Okay.
Yes. Bakit mahirap? Dati po kasi, way back 2014, nung nag-create ako ng account, ang bilis na ng approval, para ka lang talaga nag-open ng Facebook account.
Okay.
Pero ngayon, sa sobrang daming sellers din, billion na siguro yung seller ng Amazon, talagang hinigpitan na nila.
Of course, also protect the buyers. Yeah.
And this is also good because it will also protect as sellers na makapasok yung ibang mga nagsascam lang or mga hindi naman talaga nagde-deliver ng good products sa mga customers. So it's also for our protection. So they really verify your identity. Since I have a course, kinausap ko mismo ang last month, tama ba? I was in Singapore, kinausap ko po yung Amazon. Kasama ko si CJ.
Ganun ka naka-big time. Kausap mo na si Amazon.
Kausap ko si Amazon.
Sige.
Yes. So, kinausap ko yung si Amazon and sabi ko, marami sa mga student ko yung nahihirapan talaga magpa-approve. Kahit na lahat naman ng requirements isinabmit nila and the requirements are very simple.
Okay.
So talaga, tinignan nila, they investigated on the profiles ng mga students ko and sabi nila, we found out several concerns na kailangan yung harapin.
Okay.
So sinabi nila na, so you can pass three requirements actually. ID,
okay.
no? ID, proof of billing.
A valid ID.
Yes.
Okay.
So sa valid ID, kailangan niyo po ng driver's license or passport.
Okay.
Yes. And sa number 2, proof of billing.
Proof of billing. The latest.
The latest.
Should be the latest.
Number 3, kailangan lang naman ng backup just in case na hindi tanggapin yung proof of billing. No? So it can be a bank account.
Oh.
Sa proof of billing, at saka sa ID, simple lang naman yung kailangan nila doon. It should match. Your name and your address should be matched. Pati po yung dot.
Whatever you registered sa Amazon, kailangan match sa documents.
Yes.
Okay.
And yung ID mo should match on the proof of billing.
That's right. Okay. Okay.
Yes. At ang dami-dami talagang hindi na-approve dito.
Ganon?
Yes.
Okay. That's a simple requirement.
Yes, sa sobrang simpleng requirements.
Then, the proof of proof of income in a way, the bank statement, may requirement ba sa bank statement? As in, kailangan malaki ba yung laman? Paano yun sa akin? 10 piso lang yung laman ng bank account.
Talaga lang hindi naman, actually, hindi nila tinitingnan yung income.
Okay.
Kahit na bagong bukas na account. As long as you give them the proof that you're a real person. So,
Okay.
kaya yun yung...
That's the only reason.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
So, everything should match.
Okay. Just right lang. So, ayun, if you are trying to apply to have your own Amazon online store, remember the 3 requirements, no? Well, 2, no? So, proof of ID or identification, dapat daw passport or driver's license. Ito yung most preferred, but other valid IDs okay lang, no?
Sa option ngayon, yun lang yung
Yun
nakikita
lang.
namin.
Okay, so yun lang. Okay, kung wala pang passport, magpa-schedule na kayo sa DFA. Okay, second, proof of billing, kailangan yung name na nilagay mo doon should match on your ID. Should be the latest proof of billing. Kailangan utilities. 3 months at least. Okay. Utilities dapat or credit card, backup.
Actually, it's very weird na kasi hindi nila tinatanggap yung telcos.
Really? Okay.
Oo. Meron kaming special link for my students, no? So, if ever that they want to enroll in the course, huwag muna sila mag-open. Tutulungan namin sila. But for other who want to open, yun lang yung talagang nire-recommend ko sa kanila.
So, kailangan as much as possible, mas okay kung mga credit card billing, tama ba?
Yes, actually kung meron kayong HSBC or Citibank,
okay.
kasi kilala nila yun because it's international.
Okay. So, kailangan kilala rin. But of course, you have to understand kasi nga, the Amazon platform is an international platform.
Yes.
So, it's the biggest, well, I think, next to Jack Ma's, it's considered one of the biggest e-commerce stores. So, dapat lang talaga na may ganun silang way for them, also, of course, to protect the buyers.
Yes.
Okay, sige. So we have talked about how hard it is to set up your own Amazon store, no? So, meaning, if you are Asian or a Filipino itself, no? Pwede naman, you can set up your own Amazon store. Ano lang ang disadvantage when you're here and your market is overseas?
Actually, wala.
Really?
And luckily for us Filipinos, pinapayagan tayo ng Amazon na magbenta. Kasi there are some countries talaga na hindi pinapayagan.
Okay.
Like, I think UAE, yun yung Yan, Farmers in UAE. Yun yung pinaka-laging inaano sa amin eh.
Okay.
Tinatanong ng mga students.
Okay.
Yes.
So, kailangan pag Philippines, mas okay sila. Pero pagka Middle East country, medyo yan yung may chance na ma-decline. Tama ba? Okay. So, kung kayo ay nakabili sa UAE, sabihin nyo na lang Philippines. Sorry.
There's a workaround.
There's always a workaround. Basta if we're talking about workaround, lisyakin nyo na po ang inyong kontakin. Sige. Sige, I have another question. Sige, so I already set up my own Amazon store. I uploaded all my documents. Sabihin lang natin na approved na. So what should be my next step?
Yes. Yan. Ang next step niyo po is to find the niche po na gusto niyo i-serve or the winning product that you're going to serve the market. Yan. So, meron lang akong siguro mga ilang tips na pwedeng bibigay ngayon because of our limited time. But the most
Hindi tayo limited. We can talk for 5 hours. Okay lang ba? Is 5 hours?
5 hours. Kukwento ko sa inyo lang. Ayan. So, pinakauna talagang kinoconsider in selling in Amazon kasi medyo yung Amazon business na model na ginagamit ng Sir Floyd is Amazon FBA kung tatawagin nila or Amazon Private Label.
Okay.
Yan. Ang pagkakaiba nito sa ibang model, meron pa kasi ibang model ng pagbebenta ng Amazon tulad ng wholesale. So pag sinabi mong wholesale, ito yung kukuha ka ng in bulk tapos ipapadala mo din in bulk sa ibang mga ipapadala mo sa Amazon. So for example, meron tayong sa Avent Bottles.
Okay.
Kakokontakin natin si manufacturer ng Avent Bottles, hingi tayo ng discount for bulk order. Papadala natin siya sa Amazon and we're going to sell it yung kung magkano siya binibenta sa Amazon. So that's wholesale.
Okay.
Yan. Ang advantage naman dito is kilala na yung mga products na ibibenta natin. So may ready market na. Pangalawa naman is also may dropshipping din sa Amazon. Ang pagkakaiba naman to, instead of using Shopify, you're using Amazon.
Okay.
Pero hindi mo i-warehouse sa kanila. You're going to ship it. Kukunin mo sa supplier mo or nasa iyo na mismo, sa warehouse mo, tsaka may papadala pag halimbawa may umorder na. So, dropshipping din talaga.
Okay. So, we can consider doing this business as a dropshipper ka rin talaga.
Yes.
When you register your business through Amazon, is it for free? Or maybe, is there a fee that you need to pay on a monthly basis?
Actually, when you Google right now how to sell on Amazon, meron ka agad dyan link. And there are 2 options. Number 1 option is you can register for an individual account, which is, actually, it's literally free. Meron lang dyan charge sa card mo na 0.99 cents.
Okay.
Para lang i-verify nila
na totoo yung card. Nag-exist yung card. Okay. Yes.
And, pangalawa naman is the professional fee that you have to pay $39 monthly.
Okay.
But of course, if you're very serious in selling on Amazon, I always tell them to use the professional account.
Okay, so once you decide na Amazon is the next big thing for you, so I think you should also look for mentors that know the business already. So Lish is one of them. At the same time, kung ano yung premium, you can also, kung sabi nga ni Lish, invest into that. Kasi nga, kailanganin mo yun. Just like what Lish has had to undergo through shelling out 150,000 and another 40,000, another 20,000. Talaga nag-invest siya. And then, look at her right now as in yayamanin, di ba? So, yun. Okay. So, have you also experienced selling to other platforms? Kasi, let's say, sige, Amazon. What's the difference of sa Alibaba, sa Shopee, what are the other e-commerce platform? Lazada,
yes.
eBay. What's the difference of Amazon?
Well, una, syempre medyo bias ako sa Amazon because alam ko talaga Amazon, if I'm not mistaken, has the largest registered users or customers.
Globally.
Yes, globally. And when you say they're registered, nakakasana po yung kanilang credit card. So, ang maganda dito kasi, like for example, if I am a customer, usually, mag-shop ako dun sa, alam kong platform na kung saan ako bibili. Yan. So, ang maganda po, unlike I think sa local dropshipping kasi or sa Lazada or Shopee, kung hindi ako nagkakamali. Yes, COD.
sa Pilipinas, sa Pilipinas uso ang COD. Yan, kasi mga Pilipino medyo mahirap, hindi kagad magtitiwala yan. Gusto rin niya sure din na makukuha yung product, at least mapipil muna na hawak bago magbayad. Kaya ang pag Philippine profile talaga pang COD tayo. But for overseas, it's a good thing that you share that. So for Amazon itself, most of the buyers credit card ang way for them to pay.
Yes. Okay. At saka ang ginagawa po talaga ni Amazon is when they meron nga silang one click lang na parang buying option. So they only one click, add to cart na yon, and then babayaran nila agad.
Pasok sagad sa iyo yung
payment. Ang maganda kay Amazon is, kinokollect niya muna yung payment. So, parang talaga siyang third party na kukulit niya lahat ng payment, and every 2 weeks, babayaran ka niya.
Ita-transfer sa iyo.
Yes. Ang pinakamaganda pa dito is yung pagdating naman sa customer service, for example, may returns. Alam ko, yung dropshipping, tama ba?
Yes, sobrang laki ng return. Siguro, nung I tried it, siguro mga 20 to 30% return yan. So whatever, let's say 10 ang sinend mo, 3 doon babalik. Pag minsan 4 pa. Parang
ganon?
Yeah, ganon yun.
And you have to deal with the customers, tama ba?
Yes, you have to deal with the customers directly. So ang iba ang ginagawa nila, before they send it, they confirm first, are you ordering this? Whatever you're ordering, this is for this amount of pesos, para at least mabawasan yung returns. Kasi lugi ka na let's say padala ka sa LBC, you're going to pay LBC for 200 pesos for each item. Padala mo pa lang yun
So binayaran mo na?
Babayaran mo sa LBC, 200 kagad. What if mag-return? Kasi nga, si buyer bogus. So minus 200 agad sa yun. Paano kung 3 yun? 600 yun. Paano kung we're talking about 100 items? So masakit sa bulsa yun. Yeah.
Masakit nga sa bulsa yun. Tapos mag-ads ka pa.
Mag-ads ka pa. So those are, siguro one of the thing that they also have to consider when they do naman e-commerce using their own or using Shopify itself.
Actually, since lahat ng friends ko po, so hello sa aking mga e-commerce friends.
Hello to these friends.
Lahat sila nasa dropshipping, and usually local talaga yung Pilipino. Ang maganda naman kasi sa dropshipping is 1 month pa lang, pwede ka nang kumita. Diba? Pag may umorder sa'yo, in 1 week, or tama ba? 1 week, pag nakaset up ka na, mababalik na sa'yo yung pera.
It doesn't require so much capital. When you do dropshipping here, or e-commerce here, hindi masyado. Nagkikwento na naman, nung ako, 20,000. So, I just started with 20,000, nag-return na kagad ng 40,000, 50,000. Of course, may mga cost yun, may ad cost din yun. So, siguro nag-net lang ng mga around 10. Still, not bad.
Not bad, no? Talaga kung gusto mong magsimula ka agad and ma-feel yung e-commerce, you can always start with the basic, and that's going to be the local e-commerce. So, maganda yun. Ang magkakaiba naman kasi with the Amazon. Well, there are pros and cons, and the cons siguro of selling in Amazon is, I'm teaching branding agad. So, this Amazon FBA that I'm teaching to my students is brand mo kaagad siya. So, definitely, your product, for example,
Mug.
Mug. So, ngayon, di ba, may mga naka-invento na ng self-steering mug?
Yes.
So, for example, usually sa dropshipping talagang mug siya, no? Pero what I'm teaching is, etong mug na to, ibahin mo. Talaga, hindi lang siya gawan mo ng brand, kung hindi answer the problem of the customer.
So, halimbawa, yung mug na ibebenta mo, may kasama ng kape sa loob.
Yun. Unlimited kape. So, I'm teaching my students na pag nagsaserve ka, make sure na hindi ka kayang gayahin or hindi ka agad-agad magagaya ng students mo. Make sure that you alter something na ina-answer talaga niya yung problema ng iyong mga customers. So, titingnan namin sa Amazon, kasi Amazon is already giving you the data di ba maraming reviews yan.
Yeah.
So, they're already looking at the reviews and looking at ano pa ba yung magagawa kong solution in terms of product. So, when they launch it, they have their own brand, they have a unique selling proposition, and nakita na nila na talagang ito yung hinahanap ng market. Kahit walang ads, they selling it organic.
In short, for you, yung strategy mo, and also for your students, you recommend na yung branding is very important kasi it doesn't require too much advertisement. Hindi kayo masyado nag-ads. Tama ba?
Hindi ganon. Actually, if you're familiar, Sir Floy, with Anchor,
okay.
Di ba yung Anchor dati? Ito, lagi ko itong in-example sa mga interview ko. Kasi bilib na bilib talaga ako dito sa strategy nila. Sabi nga nila, kung meron kang goal balang araw, you model it to someone na nakagawa na.
Okay.
So ako, lagi ko tinitingnan yung Anchor because Anchor nagsimula lang yan sa mga batteries, sa charger, and they sell from China, lalagay din lang nila sa US. Now, nung nakilala na yung Anchor, nagkaroon sila ng variation, meron na silang power bank, tapos may iba't iba ng klase.
Akala ko yung gatas yung pinsan ko.
Anchor, yan. Tapos, actually, right now, hindi na nila kailangan yung Amazon. Bakit?
Okay.
Kasi may brand na sila.
Oh,
Nasa ano na sila?
direct na yung mga buyers sila to their website.
Yes.
Tama ba?
Meron sila ngayon sa Mega Mall. Meron na silang shop sa Mega Mall. May nakita ko sa, if I'm not mistaken, sa UP Town. Yeah, UP Town Center. So, meron na silang mga shop. Ibig sabihin, nakarating na talaga sila sa Pilipinas and nakikita ko din sila all over the world.
Ibig sabihin, si Lish Aquino in few months
I hope
from
so.
now, magkakaroon ng sariling shop sa kanyang brand na ayaw niya pa sabihin. Okay. Tanungin niyo na lang si Lish. Lish, actually may mga questions na pumapasok.
Oh yes,
so,
sure.
We also, can we entertain their question yun? So, di ba? So, Lish will entertain your questions. Mag-hello muna ako bago natin simulan na pag-entertain ng questions natin. Hello kay Crystal. Ito, taga-Hong Kong to eh. Yan. Kay Lay, kay Brenda.
Hello.
Carlo, na okay na yung audio? Okay. Si Beverly, okay na yung audio. Kay Jean, hello Jean. Kay Ann Mateos, yeah. Ito, kaibigan ko to. Singapore
hello,
before. Kay John Francis Abelgas, yan. Ito si John, umatento ng Offcon Manila last time. Yeah. Okay, sige, let's entertain your questions. Key in your questions. We'll be going through your questions one by one. Okay, sige. Sino unang nagtanong? Sige. So, our first question goes to, well, is this, I think the question of Chick Boutique is, ang Amazon daw ba is considered as dropshipping? So,
actually, ang Amazon is considered as third party selling platform. So, para po siyang Shopify. Yan, para siyang Shopify or Lazada wherein you can use their platform para magbenta.
Ayun. Wherein, when you use the Amazon platform, pwedeng hindi mo bayaran for you to have an account. Pero if you want to maximize all the features and for you to be more visible, go for the premium.
Yeah, for the pro account.
The pro account. Yan. So, paano mo raw na-handle yung mga return? Tanong ni Queen Catalea Esteban.
Good question. Catalea. Yan. So, ang maganda kasi sa Amazon is they also handle the customer support. Yan. Kaya ako sinabi rin passive kanina. Kasi nga, pati yung returns ng customer, ang tinatawagan nila is sa Amazon mismo. No? Halimbawa din, hindi nakarating sa kanila yung item, alam nyo ba na i-refund kayo ni Amazon dahil hindi sa kanila nakarating yung item. Dahil hindi naman talaga ikaw ang nag-deliver nun because it's not dropshipping. Si Amazon ang nag-deliver sa kanilang bahay. Therefore, it's the liability of Amazon to pay you pag nawala yung item na yon. So, ibig sabihin, most of the time, si Amazon po talaga nakikita ng mga ganyan problem.
Okay. Ayan. So, hopefully, nasagot ni Lish yung katanungan. JC Santos, can you still consider your business model? I think the way you teach siguro your students as a dropshipping approach ba siya? Ano ba yung tinuturo mo for your students doing the Amazon business?
Yes, for our Amazon business po, ano pa din, talagang private label and branding po yung tinuturo kong strategy sa mga students. Nakakatuwa nga kasi kahapon may mga ka-chat ako. Tapos meron na sa akin nag-report ng nakaka 17,000 na siya in a month.
US dollars.
And
Wow.
nagsimula din siya this year.
17,000 USD. Sige nga, let's compute. Times 51.
Yes.
867,000 pesos. Wow.
Oo.
Can I be your student? Okay. So, kung ang isang estudyante ni Lish Aquino ay kumikita ng 867,000 na kakabagong kuha pa lang ng course with you, magkano kaya kinikita ni Lish Aquino?
Ayan! Ang magandang tanong.
Nasasagutin kaya?
Nasasagutin. Sige, sagutin ko.
Range lang, range.
Gusto nyo ba? Kung gusto nyo, pwede bang pakilagay sa
sige.
sa live natin interested. Kung
sige.
gusto nyo lang naman. Pero pwede ko rin namang dito sa
Sige. Sabihin nyo daw interested. Ikan to yung range na kinikita niya. Sige. Just comment interested. Siguro kahit mga 5 people to say interested. Sige. So while hihintay natin yung mga interested, hello kay JM Rica. Ayan. Hi kay Sheena. Ay, si Sheena. Okay. Hello kay Queen. Ayan, mukhang marami na, Lish. Actually, marami na sila nag-i-interested. Sige.
Okay.
Magkano kinikita na isang Lish Aquino?
Okay.
Just doing the Amazon business lang.
Monthly ba tayo o in 2 years?
Kakabahan ako pagka 2 years baka maraming mawala sa sarili
Gano'n?
Sige, just for, I don't know, last month.
Last month, okay. Well, this month, I earned 275,000
USD. Okay, 275,000 USD times 51, 14 million lang, ang liit lang.
Medyo maliit.
Maliit lang. Pero magkano ang nilabas mo for that?
Yung una kong investment, way back 2015, ang investment ko po dito ay nasa, kung di ako nagkakamali, nasa 50,000 pesos. Yes. Tapos, nung kumita siya, hindi ko siya kinuha.
Okay.
Pinaikot ko siya ng pinaikot. So, nag-invest ulit ako ng panibagong variation, hindi ko ulit kinuha. Kumuha lang ako ng sweldo para sa sarili ko nung kumikita na ako ng 100,000.
Wow. Ay, 14 million lang naman last month. Ang baba. Okay.
Hindi masyado. Parang baliwala.
Okay. Sige. Tanungin pa natin ibang questions nyo mga ka-TJ. Medyo, pinawisan ako. Parang, ano ba ginagawa ko sa buhay ko?
At meron pa, too good to be true, but this is real. I only work online for 1 to 2 hours a week for that business.
Really? Wow.
Okay.
So, ibig sabihin, after ng interview natin, gagala ka na sa Mega Mall.
Yes.
Mamimili ka
susundin
na.
Ako ng anak ko. Huwag na kaya akong mag-coaching.
Huwag na, hindi mo na rin Kay Job Batalla. Hello, Job. Ito si Job.
Hi, Job.
One of the avid follower of TGFI. Since you have a good credit score in China supplier, if we are starting and building up their own business sa Amazon, are you able to help or support us? I think he's asking you directly kung matutulungan mo raw siya.
Well, ang pinakamaganda kasi dito sa business is you control everything. Hindi po kami yung magko-control ng business mo. That also means that we can suggest kung sino yung mga forwarders, papakilala ka namin. Yeah, we are doing that in the business. But you have the full, access to your supplier. Kasi one thing that you don't want to have is a competitor dun sa supplier mo. So, hindi sa business dun sa aming Facebook group exclusive, hindi kami talaga nag-share ng product, hindi kami nag-share ng kung sino yung supplier. Ginagawa namin yon as our own business. Talagang parang traditional business talaga.
I think it's more of like part of business ethics nyo is of course to protect each other's main bread and butter of each other's products.
I think lahat ng din sa dropshipper makaka-relate dito.
Actually,
Mahirap maghanap ng product, diba?
Yeah. Lalo na pagka best-selling mo yon, tapos sinabi mo, ito yung best-selling product ko. one thing you know, baka may kukuha na nung same product, hanapin yung same product mo, tapos bababaan niya yung cost.
Presyo.
So that's one of the reasons.
Wala na kayo ng business kasi compete ng product.
Imagine, di ba?
Price.
O lesser than 100 pesos, eh, dito ka na kukuha. So kaya I think that's one of the reasons.
So hindi rin kayo nag-share ng mga suppliers?
Well, si CJ, of course, CJ yun eh. But siguro the rest medyo...
Marami na kasing benta yan si CJ.
Oo,
hindi niya kailangan ng
grabe yan eh.
supply.
Ayan. So, yun, sabi niya, gatas din yung nasa isip niya dun sa anchor. Diba? Gatas yung nasa... Ganun kasi talaga pagtatay na. Hello kay Inocencio, watching from Bahrain. Inocencio Yang. Si Queen pala, Queen Esteban, si Nico from Green Smart pala ito. Hello Nico. Nakamit ko na to eh. Ano po yung essential sa pagpili ng products para sa Amazon? I think, ano yung titingnan mo sa isang product na lang? If when can you say that a product is a best-selling product for you or a potential best-selling product for you?
Okay. Potential, simple lang yan. I'll give you the top three items siguro that you can consider.
Mm-hmm.
Number one, it should be lightweight. So pag lightweight, ibig sabihin dapat below 2 pounds, no? 2 pounds maximum. Kasi ang sikreto dyan, the heavier the product, the bigger your shipping cost.
Totally agree. Mamaya may share ako. Sige.
So minsan, bigla tayong mag-ship ng product kasi sabihin natin, nalugi na pala ako. It's because we didn't consider the weight. Ayan. So, especially if you're shipping from the Philippines or China papunta sa US, always consider the weight of the product.
Kahit gaano ba kaganda yung produkto, kung ang weight mo naman for you to ship that is kumbaga hindi kaya ng average na pouch ng for you to send that product itself. Wag mo na i-risk.
Yes. Yeah. Coming from
Oo, sa akin, hindi kinaya as in lahat ng options available do sa LBC. Sabi sa akin, sir, for that product alone, gagastos ka ng I think mga around 600, 700 pesos.
Ganon? Sa isang product na?
Tapos sariling box ko pa. Sabi ko, bebenta ko lang to ng parang 1.5 lang. So sabi ko, lugi na. So, yung set na products, well, una, financial ko na, hindi ko na pinadala. Pangalawa, yung set of products na yon, hindi ko na binenta.
Oo, kasi lugi ka talaga.
Yeah, so that's the one. Sige, ano pa yung
that's number one.
Yeah.
And number two is the length of the product. So sa Amazon kasi, pag sinabi mo 18 inches and below, standard pa siya. Yan. Pero pag 18 inches or above, or actually mas maganda kung mag 12 inches. Kasi minsan magaan nga yung item, pero napakahaba naman. So it's also considered bulky. Yan. So ganun din, pag mahaba yung product, magtataas din yung cost mo. Kasi isa-store pa rin po yan sa warehouse. At isi-ship pa rin yan. Kaya dapat mas maliit, mas magaan, mas maganda.
So you also don't recommend gadgets? Kasi
gadgets.
Diba? Phone, let's just say. Phone, mabigat.
Accessories siguro.
Accessories, pwede pa.
Yeah, pwede. Pero wag na po ang cellphone accessories.
So yun. Kasi masyadong
competitive na po yung
market. Okay.
Lalo na sa Amazon. Sa Philippines siguro, pwede ba?
Well, kasi mabilis mo na makita eh. Pumunta ka lang sa, let's say, sa Green Hills, you can see a lot of different phone,
So mas maganda kung hindi rin basta-basta nahanap sa mga store.
Yes. Ang laging tip na natutunan ko from CJ lang is an item na hindi makikita sa mall.
Oo nga naman.
An item na hindi mo basta-basta makikita sa mall.
Yeah, that's good. Pag di ko pala nakita sa mall, kay CJ ko hahanap.
Yun, si CJ at tanongin niya. CJ Cajoles.
Nanonood ba si CJ?
Hindi ko alam hindi pa siya nag-online
Okay, natutulog pa yun for sure.
So we mentioned the second, tama? The third,
ayan. The third po, you should always consider the price. So if yung product is, ang glory price or ang suggested price ko is to find a product between mga $15 to $40. Yan. Bakit? Kasi pag masyado na pong mababa yung product na nakikita mo, if it's priced like $9, ganyan $5, marami kang makikita sa Amazon.
Yes, okay.
Maliit lang yung margin mo for profit, and magma-marketing ka pa, minsan mag-ads ka, or meron ka rin consistent na ads, so very little na yung profit. We want to gain in this business.
Okay.
That's why. Pag sobrang laki naman po, okay lang naman yan, pero you also have to shell out big money.
Okay.
So isipin mo na lang pag ang presyo ng product mo ay $70, tapos ang minimum order quantity ay 100 pieces. So if you do the math, napakamahal na po.
Yes. Ako, sorry may gusto lang ako may dagdag why I like the concept of selling via Amazon. When you do direct na, let's say you're doing e-commerce here sa Philippine market, so let's say Shopify, masyado dependent on the ads As in, hindi ka makakabenta kung wala kang ads, kung nagsisimula ka pa lang. Yung organic, later on siguro pag na-build mo na yung mismong online store mo. Pero with Amazon, just like what you said, there's an organic reach.
Yes.
Yeah, that's one thing.
Oo.
That's one thing.
At saka kilala na siya sa US. Pag sinabi mong bibili ka, even the groceries right now, meron na silang subscription. So, hindi mo na kailangan pumunta ng groceries, papadala na lang sa'yo buwan-buwan sa bahay.
Meron pa mag-cater to Westerners, let's just say. Siyempre kasi baka marereklamo pa sila, demanding pa sila.
Actually, hindi. Ito pa pala yung isang tips. Bibigyan ko pa kayo ng pang-apat na tip.
Ang dami naman, grabe naman.
Actually, marami akong tip, kaya naman baka mauubos yung time natin.
Oo 5 hours nga tayo kami.
5 hours.
Matatapos ko ng 7:00 ng gabi.
Why not? I love sharing my stories. Yung pang-apat is something na hindi na kailangan ng common sense. Yung mga Westerners, di ko naman sinasabing bobo sila or tanga, pero a lot of the consumers kasi, mas mahirap ibenta yung something that you have to look for kakapal na manual. So, if pag hindi kailangan ng manual, mas okay. Yan. So, ano ba yung mga ginagamitan ng manual? Like, for example, yung mga ilaw na lamp ba yun? Yung mga iba-ibang klaseng feature siya. Or any techie, whatever, gadgets or something. Yun, wag po yun. Kasi, mag-return lang din.
Yes, so, sobrang laki ng potential mo na customer service na kailangan ilaan pagka, let's say, you were talking about gadgets nga or something na electronic. May masira lang na konti dyan, next way is return na. Tama din.
Alam mo kung ilan ng, ma-share ko lang kung ilan ng empleyado ko dito sa business ko. Isa lang.
Wow, really? Tapos kumikita ng grabe naman. Pwede ba mag-apply? Kahit maintenance lang sa bahay niyo.
Eto nga, last month, kailangan ko siyang sabihan na I had a VA for more than 5 years already in this business. Kailangan ko sabihin na pwede ba, okay lang ba sa'yo na part-time na lang tayo, hindi na full-time? Kasi the only emails that we're getting is 3 to 5 emails a day.
Really?
Yun lang yung sinasagot.
Okay lang ako na part-time.
And the reason of that is hindi na kasi namin kailangan ng manual.
Okay.
The product is, kaya mo lang gamitin pag natanggap mo.
Really? Konti pa, bibigyan niya na kung ano yung description ng produkto niya. Konti pa. Okay. Sana po may seminar on how to be Amazon seller. 3 years na akong online seller kay Benji Forneloza. Later, we'll ask Lish how can you contact her and ano pa yung what she offers. Yeah, okay. Paano makahanap ng trusted supplier at quality check from China? Because we know if China, meron na connotation na, China made, madaling masira. How can you find a quality supplier?
Yes, that's true. Lucky lang ako sa supplier ko, but really what you have to do is to, my first suggestion is to hire a third-party inspector. Marami naman po yan sa China. Especially kung talagang marami na kayong ino-order. Pero kung halimbawa naman na konti lang,
the most basic way.
Yeah, the most basic way is
and cheapest way.
The cheapest way is to ask for a sample ng product. Pag nagustuhan mo yung sample,
so nagbibigay sila ng sample.
I-ship naman sila dito ng sample. Or kung gusto mo, pwede ka rin naman pumunta sa China for you talaga to check them, check their warehouse, pwede rin naman. Personally, hindi ko siya ginawa. And Pangalawa, and ito yung lagi kong ginagawa din na papapicturean ko sa kanila para lang makita ko talaga kung yun ba talaga yung item. So, ayun. I get my, sasabihin ko na yung secret. I get my,
not so secret.
may suppliers in Alibaba rin. In Alibaba kasi po.
So doon mo siya una nakita?
Doon ko siyang una nakita kasi meron silang, ini-inspect naman na nila kung sino yung mga pupunta. Meron silang, I'm not sure, nakalimutan ko na kung ano yung tawag doon, pero meron silang on-site check. So pinupuntahan nila yung mga factories and office and tinitingnan nila kung registered ba talaga tong business na to. Yan. So kumbaga sa atin, may DTI ba to or may SEC, and if they're legit.
Parang they give a guarantee or seal of approval, whatever, na this is a legit seller.
And meron din doon na trade assurance. So the trade assurance of Alibaba is para rin silang third-party platform din na kukunin nila yung payment mo. Pag okay na yung agreement nyo ng supplier, tsaka nila ibibigay yung pera sa supplier. Pag hindi kayo naging okay,
balik sa'yo.
May case. Tapos pinapatunayan nila na hindi na-deliver talaga ni supplier yung product niya, babalik sa'yo.
Okay, that's good. That's good enough. Hello daw, Coach Lish, from Jonah Desio.
Hi! Hello! Jonah.
So, yan ako, marami na nag-e-enroll. Paano daw mag-enroll sa class mo? Mamaya, we'll ask Lish how. Sige, tanong na kayo habang gusto pang i-entertain ni Lish yung mga questions nyo. Okay. Did you offer promo sa product mo?
Meron din tayong launching ng product. So, iisipin nyo po, parang ganito siya. If you want to imagine it, paano nagpa-promote ang isang franchise business? Halimbawa, food cart. Yan. Paano sila nagma-marketing para ipakilala yung kanilang brand new food cart business? Mamimigay tayo ng sample. Ayan yung pinakauna. After noon, pwede kang magbigay ng ads, no? Sa Facebook ads, na tikman yung product, itry. Tapos, hindi lang ng free taste, kung hindi, talagang gagastos ka po for ads and to contact your family and friends also to support your product, no? Free taste. And para makakuha din tayo ng legit and good reviews, honest feedback.
Okay. Sige. Ilang questions pang gusto mo entertain? Parang dami na ito. Parang hindi ko na kaya.
Ganyan ako lagi sa
ganon. Sige. Ilang questions ang gusto niyo pa? Mga 5 more? 5 more. Okay lang, 5 more. Okay, 5 more. Okay. Isa-isahin ko ba? Sige, basahin ko na lang yung pinaka-okay na tanong. Full tutorial, paano mag-enroll? Sige, later. Okay. Si Inocencio Yang, ang question niya is, how to do this business if isa siyang OFW? Kulang din daw siya sa time. Paano nga yun?
Maraming akong student na OFW.
Really?
Oo. Marami na rin, hindi naman marami, pero may mga umuwi na ng Philippines for good. Kasi, but to tell you honestly, it's not easy. Kasi isasabay mo po yung work and pag meron kang 1 to 2 hours a day, doon mo po gagawin yung business. Ako naman din, meron naman din akong work nung nagsimula ako. It only took me a consistent 1 to 2 hours every day to work on my business. So, since this is an international business, you can do it anywhere. Kahit na nasa abroad ka pa, or nandito ka sa Pilipinas, sa totoo lang, wala naman difference. Madami kaming student na hindi nakabase sa Philippines.
Really? I think the best way is, of course, if you decide to take this Amazon business as, kumbaga, your next venture or gusto mong mag-focus dito, you really have to understand that you have to invest as well for you to learn. No? So learning, well, this one is also one way for you. This is a good way. You're learning, you're investing time to learn on at least may introduction tayo about Amazon. No? So one thing that I also learned from Lish, don't hesitate for you to invest in your education.
Correct.
So whatever venture that you want to be part of, kailangan willing ka rin to and mag-invest on the learning. Very important.
That's right.
Ace Lima, in Amazon, how long does it take to get the return of investment?
Yes, Ace. Ayan. So the difference, the cons, another con of Amazon selling is matagal po ang return of investment. So think of it this way. Mag-product research ka. Sabihin mo ng maybe 1 week to 1 month or 2 months even mag-product research kasi gagawin mo talaga yung brand eh. Kung baga sa food cart business, titingnan mo kung ano yung pagkain na patok, titingnan mo kung ano yung tsura ng food cart mo, kung dapat ba pa oblong or triangle. Pupunta ka dun sa mismong traffic. Sa SM ba yan? Sa MRT ba yan? So pag-aaralan mo. At kukontak ka ng mga kumakain doon. Ano yung hanap mo? Ano yung panlasa? Ano yung presyo? So mabilis ba yun? Matagal yun, di ba?
Yeah.
So parang ganun din ito. Because it's a legit business. So, pag gumawa ka ng brand at eto, nagawa mo na rin po yung food cart business. I'm not selling food cart business, but if you will market it pa. So, another 2 to 3 months for you to market it or 2 months. In short, 6 months.
6 months at least.
Magla-launch ka na ng business mo. Wala pa po doon yung investment.
Okay.
Ipapadala mo pa siya.
Yeah, understand.
Ipapadala mo pa siya. So, pagkapadala mo, tsaka mo pa lang po makukuha. So, let's give it lang mga 6 to 1 year.
6 to 1 year, not bad, no? 6 to 1 year. As long as masipag ka and of course, kumbaga, hindi ka magsusurrender kasi nga there will be rejections. Kahit sa anumang business. So, for Amazon, and I can say when I tried e-commerce, before po nag-e-commerce ako, nag-stop lang ako kasi nga, I had to do a lot of businesses on the side. Medyo, so hindi ko kinaya yung process. Medyo matrabaho kasi siya talaga. So, I think that's one of the reasons when you enter the e-commerce business, pasensya mo rin eh. No? Pasensya mo rin kasi kung lalo na nagsisimula ka pa lang, di ba, customer service hawak mo, pagpapadala ng item. So, if you are a seller here and you're catering here, papadala mo yung item pa sa career mo. So, medyo matrabaho siya talaga. So, pasensya is one of the things that I also learned.
Yes.
Yeah.
Pero pag nalagpasan nyo naman yun, ibig sabihin din yan, pag na-launch na yung product mo, at pag sigurado kang winning yun, para na siyang ATM. Parang, because it's organic. Oo. And the good thing about the business ng branding, you can pass it to the future generations and generations after you.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. So, 2 more questions, mga ka-TJ. Hello kay James Yabot. Ako si James. Kasama ko sa days. Sige. 2 more questions. Ito gusto ko tax related. If nakita po kayo ng ganung kalaking, kumikita kayo ng ganung kalaki, ibig sabihin, paano po yung taxes na I think you need to declare? Are you also registered here in the Philippines?
Yes. So, una po sa lahat, pag magsisimula ka naman talaga ng Amazon business, you don't need to file kaagad, no? So, pag kumikita ka na, that's the time that you will file. So, business ko po, I give tax sa dalawang country. So, nagtatax ako sa US, but I don't really have to.
Okay.
Ayoko lang ng, although double taxation, pero ayoko lang ng may masabi dun sa business ko. And naka-file ako ng DTI din eh. Yan.
Kasi nga malaki na yung business mo.
Yes.
Yeah. Grabe. Pwede mo mag-apply. Part-time. Okay ako, part-time. Sagot lang ng email. Okay. Ilan na lang? Isa na lang. Pero biglang dumami na naman yung katanungan. Sige.
Pwede ko sagutin yan.
Yun. Sasagutin na lang daw ni Liz. Sige.
Sa PGFI.
Yun. Okay. So, Liz will answer some of your questions. Yung hindi pa nakakatanong, sige. Last one, with consistent profit, especially huge amount to your bank, naki-question po ba kayo in regards to AMLA or is there any way to pass it?
Yeah, since I registered my business here in the Philippines, hindi na ako, meron AMLA cases kasi, well, let me clarify the case. Pag anything that galing ng abroad, it's dollars, at pinadala niyo po sa Pilipinas, you're subject to AMLA. Yan. Okay? Kasi anything beyond 500,000, I think, is subject to AMLA. So, the best thing you can do talaga is to register your business here in the Philippines. Tapos, you will file, no? You will file the tax. At saka po yung iyong mga, hihingan din kayo ng bangko eh. Because, dati po, nag-ayu sa wire transfer. hindi ka po makakapag-wire transfer ng madalas if you don't have the proper documents.
Yun.
So, yun talaga yung kailangan in the business. Lalo na if it's running well already. Yan.
So, may nagtatanong, Lish, established seller ka daw ba sa Amazon? Ako, sabi ko lang, the fact that a bank's calling you for that AMLA related, I can say na malaki talaga yung kinikita niya.
Oo. Kailangan talaga.
Ayun. Okay. So, hello daw. Ruel from Canada.
Hi, Ruel.
You guys met daw last 2018. Yun.
Hello.
Ayun. Okay. So, yun na lang. The rest, I think, will be answered na lang by Lish. Sige, Lish, napakadami pa nagtatanong kasi nga naman, napakagalante mo in answering the questions. Sige, how can they contact you?
Okay. So our website, you know our website. You can follow us at our Facebook page. It's Amazon Nation PH.
Yun.
Ayan. Or you can
Amazon
follow
Nation.
me, Lish Aquino, sa Facebook ko rin po.
Sige.
I don't have a page, but I have a personal.
So, they can add you
5,000
5,000 requirement. They can follow you. Dapat
yeah.
page
Please
na.
follow me.
Gawa ka na ng page mo, Lish.
Gagawa na rin pa ako ng page.
Okay, page. Sorry, it's Amazon Nation, one word. Amazon.
Tama
ba?
Amazon Nation.
Okay, yan. PH. Okay. Oh, kinoment ko yung page niya. You can follow the official page of Lish for Amazon related questions. Is there ongoing classes or anything that you want to promote?
Actually, twice a year lang po ako nag-online class in the Filipino.
Grabe naman, twice a year.
Twice a year. So sadly, naka-close po ang aking enrollment.
Really?
But next year,
Sa TGFI, baka meron siyang i-offer.
oo, sige, abangan. Pag-uusapan namin is
After nitong live na to, pag-usapan natin, malay nyo, di ba? So, I think another upcoming event is we have Cebu event. So,
Yeah, Cebu.
OFCON in Cebu. So, there will be a Online Freelancers Conference Cebu this November 30 sa Cebu. You want to know more about it? Kalimutan ko lang yung website. Iko-comment ko na lang. Yeah.
See you there.
Ayun. Okay? So, anything that you want to add up, Lish, to, or anything you want to, kumbaga, suggest, if let's say, I'm just a starter sa Amazon, I want to start that business, what will you recommend to this person?
Yes, mga ka-TGFI, kalimutan nyo na lahat ng pinag-uusapan natin. Pero ang huwag nyo lang kakalimutan is whatever that you're struggling with right now, there's always a way out, and always prepare to work harder sa inyong mga business. Kasi wala naman talagang sikreto sa pinag-usapan natin ngayon eh. The only secret right now is work hard on
And never give up.
Yes, and never give up. I failed and continue to fail, pero I never give up. So yun lang po yung secret.
I really like your story. As in, start from not so good, kumbaga, umalis ka from the company because na-lay off, and then you ventured
1,000 pesos.
then na-lay off, tapos you ask for 250,000 pesos, you ask a loan from your parents, tapos you ask another loan and another loan, lumaki na lumaki, but the good thing is that every time there are failures along the way, dun sa mga ventures, as in, never give up. You never give up on those, and you learn from those mistakes. At the same time, kumbaga, as in, bangon lang. And then today now, you're one of the persons na tinitingala sa virtual assistant in VA industry, or at the same time freelancer industry, e-commerce industry. Ako, search nyo lang, sali kayo ng mga e-commerce group, search nyo, tanong nyo lang, sino si Lish Aquino? Ang dami sasagot sa inyo. I'm sure. They know this girl. Idol. Okay, so hello again sa ating mga ka-TGFI. Thank you for watching today in our TGFI Live. We'll see you. I think we have another live on Monday. We'll be talking about alternative investments. Okay, investment naman tayo ulit. Alright? So, thank you very much, Katijefay. So, maybe a farewell message ulit, Alicia.
Thank you, and we'll keep in touch. Huwag niyo po kakalimutan that our journey begins on our first step. Kaya ito yung first step natin. We'll continue to connect with you sa TGFI, and please also connect with me. I'll share more things about Amazon selling and about my journey.
Okay, so follow her page, yun po, alright? So, want to know more about Lish, yun lang, follow her. And maybe later, I'm going to comment the direct link going to your account. Ayan. Okay? And maraming salamat ka, TGFI, for watching. Magandang umaga kung nasaan ka man. Magandang tanghali, magandang gabi, magandang araw. See you next week.
Bye-bye.